Project is women, but women with their beauty in different fields and with different age. So successful women, and that's a message. I mean, all of us shares. We need women playing a more important role in our society.
We know that Annie Leibovitz is one of the most talented photographers in the world, but why did you pick her up for this special calendar?
She is an artist. She's a great artist, and she is able to capture the soul of people. So, and that's what she did.
How do you see the role of women today, and what do you think the impact of this calendar will have in this perception as women being valued by their talent, by their strength, and by the power of love?
I think that it's something that is happening, luckily. So women are playing a role that is more and more important in our society, and that the calendar reflects this. So we are not driving anything. So we are just watching what is happening and hoping that this trend will accelerate.
I'm curious about knowing, after you've seen this book, what did you feel and what is your, final conclusion?
I think that I cannot have a final conclusion. For me, every year is an emotion and is the best possible calendar we can get. Then it's up to you, to the people, value the calendar. And today, thanks to internet, there will be a larger arena in which the calendar will be shown.
Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to strawberry fields. Nothing is real.
What did this selection mean to you, being the youngest woman selected for this calendar 2016?
Well, so many of the women included here have been very influential for me personally, so it's really exciting to get to be considered among them.
How do you see the role of the teenagers in our society, especially considering the role of women?
Well, I think social media allows people to have a voice who might not otherwise, and that's certainly been the case for me, starting with my blog when I was younger. So I feel like I learn a lot from the teenagers who I pay attention to online, and I think we should all be doing that.
Well, you're a successful blogger. You have printed some magazines about teenagers. What is the message that you want to give to society?
Oh gosh, I try not to think about society as a whole.
You're communicating all the time, so.
But I think about the individual reader, and if they can walk away feeling a little more okay with themselves or just inspired to make something or entertained, then that's great. I just want those people to feel connected to each other.
Your experience about the Pirelli calendar, what did it mean to you?
It meant a lot to work with Annie for a second time, and again to be alongside all of these people I find so inspiring.
What is the Pirelli calendar for you?
Every year I'm waiting for Pirelli to see what's the new, what's the photographer, what's the style, what's the idea, and it's like every year it's a surprise.
Know that you participated in the calendar a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's true. It was 2003 was that the calendar with Bruce Weber.
And what was your experience at that time?
I mean, it was a dream, really a dream. I was just a really new young model. I was, I think, 19 years old, and I started like that. It was an amazing start of my career, and I remember I was so embarrassed and I was so excited, and it was really a dream. I still remember.
Vemos uma mudança importante, não? Os outros calendários eram sobre a beleza tradicional, mas aqui Annie Leibovitz está mostrando a beleza da mulher, mas de outro jeito. O que você acha?
Bom, eu não conhecia essa grandeza do calendário Pirelli. Eu acho que a minha visão sobre o calendário era mais de um homem mesmo, até machista, né? De pensar, calendário Pirelli, aquele que a gente encontra nas oficinas mecânicas do Brasil, com as mulheres nuas, e é algo sensual. E hoje eu pude descobrir, estando participando disso, que é uma mensagem muito mais bonita que eles têm para passar, né? Uma mensagem sobre beleza, e não importa se é um ensaio fotográfico mais sensual ou se são mulheres destacadas como as do calendário desse ano. É um calendário que mostra a beleza de uma outra forma.
Quais são as principais diferenças que você acha desse calendário com os outros?
Todo mundo sempre espera uma coisa muito sexy do calendário Pirelli, né? Eu acho que a Annie Leibovitz, a proposta dela para 2016, ela representa um tema muito em alta esse ano, que é o empoderamento da mulher. Então, ao escolher mulheres de tantas raças, de tantas idades, de culturas tão diferentes, para fotografar o calendário, ela mostra o empoderamento da mulher de uma forma muito direta. Então você tem uma Yoko Ono nos 80 anos, uma Agnes nos 80 anos, mas aí você tem uma Tavi Gibson, né, com 19 anos. Eu adorei a Amy Schumer, que tem 30 e poucos anos, posando, que representa as plus size, que é digamos, uma categoria, né, um tipo de mulher que nunca se vê representado no calendário. Então, eu acho que ficou uma proposta muito rica e muito verdadeira, porque representa muito um pouco de todos nós.
So first of all, Annie, let's talk about the concept and indeed the criteria that the women you chose had to fulfill. What qualities were you looking for?
I think it built as it went along. I tell you quite honestly, when Pirelli first came to me and said they wanted to shift this year to something different, I looked them sort of straight in the face and I said, after all these years of the Pirelli calendar and what it's been, I don't think you can shift it that fast. I don't think you can just suddenly do something else. And I actually made a suggestion that that maybe we do, either women performance artists or women comedians, sort of almost a takeoff on a Pirelli calendar. It was sort of left up in the air, and I went off. I think I was shooting Rihanna in Cuba. And they had sent out some feelers to some people. I believe Kathleen Kennedy and Melody Hobson, came back and said, we want to do it. And then I knew I was in trouble.
Well, because Kathleen says in the film, she only did it because of you.
But, the truth is, people were agreeing to it. And people that I admired and cared about, and it sort of built from there.
I would like to know, what is your vision about the women's role today, and what are your expectations about the final outcome of this Pirelli calendar 2016 to the world?
I don't know. It's been put out into the world the way it is. It's like I'm not expecting anything more than I know it's down a different track for Pirelli, but it's not. It's these women are all accomplished, and I just think that it will be what it will be. This calendar is so completely different. I mean, it's a whole other concept. But the whole idea was not to have any pretense in these pictures and be very straightforward and show these women exactly like who they are, and hopefully have nothing come in between, me and them, and feel like there's not a camera there. I just knew it was going to be completely different, and I didn't worry about it. We just went there. Pirelli gave me that freedom. They said, we want to do a departure. I wasn't too sure it could be done, and they've totally embraced it. To me, it was. Every single day we photographed, I was more empowered, with every photograph we took. It was beyond the Pirelli calendar. I almost forgot I was doing the Pirelli calendar. It was just, I think that's when something like having this opportunity to take this space and make it extraordinary and really herald who we are as women. It was really great.
I see this life like a swinging vine, swing my heart across the line. In my face is flashing signs, seek it out and ye shall find. Old, but I'm not that old, young, but I'm not that bold. And I don't think the world is sold, I'm just doing what we're told. I feel something so right, doing the wrong thing.
En Personal Empresas seguimos extendiendo nuestra red 4G para que tu negocio siga creciendo. Consulta áreas de cobertura en personal.com.ar/4G. Hagamos que todo suceda. Personal.
Galeno siempre pensando en vos. Como Galeno no hay dos. Cerca de ti, en todo el país. Galeno siempre pensando en vos.
Un mundo dinámico, fascinante, digital, donde descubrimos posibilidades que te sorprenden, que te divierten, que hacen todo más sencillo, que mejoran tu vida, tu mundo, un mundo para todos. Telefónica.
Premium Assistant, tranquilidad para un buen viaje. Una empresa del Grupo OMI.